Hey there, folks. Another beautiful week. You know, there's some things going on with hurricanes. We'll get to that in a minute. And all of that really comes down to appreciation. Okay? Appreciation. You're living on a world, right? This world has a name. But formally, you guys know this planet as Earth. So we'll talk we'll speak from that context. The earth, your home, the place that you live, the place that you die, right? And all of the things in between in your life that happened and occurred in your lifespan happen here. Will you go on and see other worlds? Maybe if you're right, if some of you are right. Those of you who aren't, you may see some lower worlds. But we're going to talk about this world today because you're in the present reality, okay? And it's all present reality, but you're in the material reality. Let's put it like that. Right? So taking things for granted. The planet that you live on, your home, Mother Earth, okay? You guys are the worst. Now, we saw the industrial age come along and, and there were some technologies that were probably likely lost in the past and, they were rediscovered on some level, on some small level, okay? And so you guys got the light bulb and you got a few other things and cars and so forth. And you got these little trivial inventions. And instead of you growing with progress with those things, you seem to collectively have gotten worse, right? Because you create products for the purpose of consumption. And that goes into two things. That goes into the fools who are consistently consuming, right, and draining resources because that must have, the ego. And then you have those people who have the mindsets of who want to sell. Everything has to be sold, right? So you have two forces working here, two negative energies in the heads and minds of people and hearts too, where you got people that want to buy, you got people that want to sell. So based on the way that commodity type thing works, you're going to have a world where resources are going to be consistently drained. Some things, we watch animals, and we'll get to that too, we watch animals become extinct, not because it was their time to go, but because maybe the humans, right, start settling into their areas and saw them as a food source. See how we think? We don't value anything on this planet but ourselves. We think everything rises and sets on us. We think the trees are here merely to provide us with the oxygen. We think the great sun is here merely to provide us with the sunlight that gives us nourishing rays and energy and all types of things, right? We take the great moon for granted, right? Which is responsible for our tides that greatly affect us on this planet, right? We disrespect nature with the animals, and we really, really, really disrespect the planet. Because all of those things, are part of what encompasses the world that you live on. And all of those energies are in balance, right? Now, the only thing that's not in harmony with the universe, as far as this planet and the world is concerned that you're living on, is you. Because the plants and the bugs and the grass and everything in creation, as pertaining to this world especially, is in sync with one another, right? The seasons, all of those things happen, and everything seems to be in tune with Mother Earth, except for one set of beings on this planet, right? Who think the planet is there merely for them, right? And they disregard all of the other organisms and life forms on the planet. So I've talked about videos where I've seen people literally drive down the street and, me driving down the street, and watching people, day-to-day lives, walking in the street, and maybe instead of taking that litter that they have and putting it in a trash can or waste receptacle or something, they throw it on the ground. Because they don't really care. They don't care how it affects the environment, the trees, or anything else that trash will pollute, right? Self-gratification. It's just about what I'm thinking and what my moments, not about nothing else. This is what the average fool in the world is doing. Okay? So you disrespect the earth in many, many ways. All of the resources of the earth. right? The trees, right? Because you want a piece of paper, because you want some money, or because you want something, that, some tangible object that wood provides you, then you just indiscriminately chop down forests. Just go through a whole forest and just knock down every tree. Not realizing the spirit of the trees, right? That are in tune to highness. You don't even get these things because you're stupid. You think you're the only ones here doing what you do. Okay? Not realizing that those trees are part of your breathing mechanism. Everything has a duty, folks. Trees meditate too, right? Yeah. Right? You're only seeing one component of that tree. There's more to that tree than just what you're looking at. But we'll that another video. But you disrespect the earth, right? You have your little wars and your little nuclear fallouts and all of this stuff, and what you don't seem to realize. What you don't seem to realize is that the earth is a being, right? So what you do is you disrespect the earth because you think that the earth doesn't know what you're doing. The earth knows everything you're doing. You're literally a product of the earth. You're in tune. The earth is in tune to you, is what I'm saying. Right? But you're not in tune to the earth, and that's what makes the problem. So you have these little wars, and you store your little bullshit radiation things in different places, and you think that if the earth didn't want to do something, it couldn't just do something. And that's what I mean by the foolishness of man, right? Relative to higher things. Man is a fucking fool, a stark raving idiot, right? At best. And man will go through these resources, plunder the oceans, do all types of things, right? For commercialism. Well, back in ancient times, maybe they went fishing when they needed to eat. Maybe they went hunting when they needed to hunt. Which takes me to another aspect of the world. The animals, right? Those animals have 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth, and they don't look too much different from you, really. Honestly, they don't. They have lungs, just like you have. They have everything you have. Sex organs, right? They reproduce just like you. Exactly like you, as a matter of fact. But somehow, you don't see them as beings, right? They're not animal beings. They're just inanimates, right? They're here for you to eat when you're hungry. I remember those cartoons where, like on Bugs Bunny or something, and the what's the guy? I can't even think. The Roadrunner or something. Remember how like the Wile E. Coyote used to always chase the Roadrunner around, and and he would be really hungry, and he would always look at the Roadrunner and eye him up as a meal, and instead of seeing him as a bird, he would see him as a turkey dinner on a plate or something. See, this is how you guys look at nature, right? So instead of you harvesting and killing maybe one animal, right, and using that animal appropriately, right, and actually thanking God for that, instead of you guys doing all of that stuff, you just literally breed animals and just kill them, right? And if you don't sell what they produce when you kill them, you just throw it away and keep doing it as if they're nothing, right? And then you don't think that the earth knows that you're doing this, because see, you have a small 3-dimensional mind. You're not able to capture or realize biggerness, right? You are a fucking fool if you believe that you are the only being, right, on this world, right? In this world, I'm sorry. If you believe that, you are literally an idiot. If you believe that the earth is not a being, you are a freaking idiot. I just got to let you know that. Now, that is why things happen. Let's get to that. Because people are just so hard-headed, right? You've heard those old biblical stories about maybe someone went to someone and told them not to do something because the higher energy, right, God said, don't do this or don't do that. And they say, oh, because they don't believe in God, I'll do what I want, right? I'm rich, I'm whatever foolishness, right? The trees provided you with the paper for that money, by the way. So you say, I'll do what I want, right? And then what happened? You were plagued, right? See, you guys don't connect the dots. You'll ask all these dumb questions. Oh, what is that? What is this? Why is this happening? Wow. But nobody ever factors God, right, into the whole equation. or the beings responsible for their life force where they're living on their world. You don't even factor those things into the equation, right? So a storm comes and you guys run out and buy of bread and milk and shit, right? Things that came from the earth. You guys run out and buy it, take it for granted that it came from the earth. You see? But you don't, and you ask all these wrong questions. And what did the weatherman say? Fuck what the weatherman said. The weatherman literally takes shits and wipe his ass just like you do, right? The weatherman could be an idiot at his home, or he could be an idiot at work, depending on his ranking, because a lot of people have their egos involved in everything they do, the professionalism. So in this world, you have a bunch of egotistical, asshole, narcissistic fools who believe it's about them, right? And do not consider all of the things that the heavenly bodies provide to them. The moon, the great moon, okay? Responsible for the tides on the world, in the world that you live in. Really critical stuff, right? Because if any of these beings decided that they just didn't want to do their job, guess what would happen to your punk ass? Your little ant of a person ass on this planet who has no power, no ability to do anything other than fight each other, steal from each other, harbor in your little groups and talk about what you are versus somebody else, and breathe the freaking air that the planet is providing for you and the trees are processing for you, right? So the trees get chopped down, the animals get slaughtered, right? The earth gets, desecrated, litter all over the ground, right? All of the things that happen, and you guys never give it a thought. But as soon as some cataclysmic shit goes down, or is about to be, mounting or about to occur, or maybe you believe so, you get afraid. And you put all your trust in some other person, right? The same people who delivered your ass to the pain in the first place. Okay? There's junk cluttering the atmosphere. All types of gadgets and shit that we were trying to come up with because we want to go out somewhere. We're not allowed to go out anywhere. Do you really believe that higher beings are going to let your punk asses do anything when you can't even do anything proper on the world, in the world that you live in? Right? Because you're stupid like that. You're not even giving it thought. You just don't even think about how you connect to everything else. And that's what when I always talk about that connection, I want you guys to understand. Everything is alive. Right? And one day you guys will figure that out. Right? But for now, because, for you blind and ignorant people, we're going to say this. Everything, we're going to make this declaration. Everything is alive. You can prove it. Okay? So that means that you're no different from any other life force. The force of life that propels your body propels everything else. The fish that swim around, right? The birds that fly in the air. All of y'all have the same life force. Who told you that your life force had more prominence than that life force? It's the same energy. And guess whose energy it belongs to? See, that's where we're going with this, folks. Y'all keep forgetting. It's not about you. In this world, it is not about you. Okay? And one day, because of all of these mistakes and this lack of understanding, there will be retribution. There will be something to pay, a heavy price. Right? And in different ways this will play out. But we don't have to go into those. But whatever you see, right? Because one day you're not going to be able to bounce back. Right? And that's going to be the day when there's a day of reckoning, when things are going to turn around. Because see, the greedy, evil people, they don't want to stop being greedy and evil. It's something they cannot help inside of themselves. It's a psychological problem. Right? I gotta have everything. When all of that shit can be taken from you in a drop of a dime in a second. All of it. Right? Where are you if you don't have the sun? If you don't have the sun giving you power, where are you? Who are you? Right? You're in the darkness, right? If you don't have the moon holding back those tides, if you don't have the earth providing a world for you, right? The animals providing whatever they provide, the food source or whatever, right? But it's ways to do things. Who are you? Who do you think you are when you think you can literally make raise cattle or something and then just kill them? Just kill them, They're only good for milk and something else. All of this stuff that you guys do. So when you're treated like the cattle, why should anybody care about you? Why should anybody feel sorry for you? And that's why you're worthy of pity on some level, because you're so fucking dumb and your head is stuck so far up your asses that you just can't even see the truth. And that's why you do the things you do. Okay? So I challenge you guys today to stop doing certain things, right? Stop, unnecessarily killing animals and doing all of this bullshit. Okay? Stop, taking the earth for granted. You get what I'm saying? Respect nature as best you can, and be very thankful to the Most High for all of this stuff. Because remember, all of this stuff is in place as a duty to the Most High. It's not about you, right? The earth is not doing this for your benefit. The earth is doing this for the benefit of the Most High. And I'm trying to tell you guys, right? But you can laugh now, you'll cry later. I promise you will. Okay? I promise you. All right? Just think about that. I love bad behavior, folks, but I don't love dumb people who just live on the planet that I'm living on, and I seem like I'm the only person who understands this stuff, who cares, right? If you people can stop, put down your guns for 1 second, and use that money or whatever you're doing, that resource, to try to help other people and build the world up, then we can have one of those societies, right? Where it's not selfishness, because that's what it takes. It takes more than your selfish hearts. If everybody's working together and there is no money and everybody's building the society together, then that's worth something, right? God can come in that world, the world can prosper and everything. You guys will go to the newest heights, the greatest heights you've ever seen. But as long as you're in your own egos thinking you can do it alone, it's not going to happen. So for all you scientists and fools out there who wonder why you can't get this formula right or can't get that equation connected or whatever you're trying to get done to make you figure out something, you can't figure it out because it's not about this. It's about this, the heart. Once you get that, you'll realize the universe is a lot closer than you think. When you open up your hearts, you will realize that the universe is a lot closer to you than you think. And I'll leave it at that. All right? So going over to Amazon, pick up my book, I Love Bad Behavior, right? It's talking about the jackasses like I just described. And you can get it on my website, thinkbehavior.info, because I need you to think. The behavior of thinking is how you improve. You see? And you guys have a good day, right? If you're out in the park, don't throw trash on the fucking ground. Don't waste food unnecessarily, right? And learn to get along. Realize that you guys are all in the same family. You all are breathing the same air, right? All of you. Even you exalted people who think you're better, we need to put your ass in a rocket ship and not even send you out there, because really, they're better than that. They don't need to have this bullshit out there. So we'll figure it out. See you later.